Hi there, this is Linda, and I am so excited to have Allison here with me. I know Allison from Prana Yoga. She's a physical therapist and great with Yoga Wall, and she does Yoga Wall teacher trainings. And I wanted her to tell us a little bit more about your expertise.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited to be here. Yeah, so I'm a physical therapist. I love to combine yoga with physical therapy. So it makes yoga adaptable for everyone, depending upon what they're going on through with their body. And I'm also a massage therapist too, so I combine manual work, and I do workshops, group classes, and then one-on-ones, and even some online stuff now. I just started an online membership site, so that's a whole new world for me and super fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know that's a lot of work.
It is. So for me, it's always about time management and learning how to respect the boundaries that my body kind of tells me, and not to push. That's my pattern I'm working on right now. That I try to share with others. Letting go of the thought of what I should do and listening to what is really needed.
Right.
Slowing down.
Right. Oh my God, I need that so much.
Yeah.
I was wondering, I know a lot of physical therapists use yoga, but what made you move into Yoga Wall and yoga therapy with your physical therapy kind of work?
Well, the yoga actually came first. So about 2 decades ago, I was a springboard collegiate diver. And I injured myself, so I had to have a few surgeries. And I went to physical therapy at school, it was University of Delaware, and I got to about 85% or so. I couldn't really do some of the things that a normal college student could do, like take the gassing off my car or write for long periods. I was still having pain, and then my mind was just in a funky place because I wasn't a diver anymore, so I lost my identity. So I was a bit lost, and because I couldn't dive, I had my afternoon available when normally I'd be at practice. I ended up stumbling into a yoga class there, and the teacher, she just happened to say the most inspiring things that really resonated with me, and it instilled this hope where I didn't really know what the next step was or if my body could heal, because the surgeon told me that I'd probably have arthritis by age 25 and not to choose a career with my hands and all this stuff. And it was from that class that I just decided to go each week, and it wasn't a crazy commitment. I didn't go 7 days a week. I went one time a week for just weeks on end, and I slowly started seeing progress in my strength and my mobility. Like I couldn't weight bear on my hands. I couldn't even do the quadruped or plank pose. And I just slowly started to get that range of motion in my wrist, strength in my shoulder, and my mindset changed too. I started to find purpose again in my life and kind of pulled myself out of that dark space. And so for me, like, yoga was life-changing. And I just thought, in my mind, I was like, it really was the combination of physical therapy with yoga that got me to this point, because I really needed the physical therapy. But I didn't get that full, all-encompassing healing. It was the yoga that brought me to that next level and like really opened all the doors for me, gave me the belief that I could heal. So I was a massage therapist at the time, and I graduated from undergraduate school. I never thought I would go to grad school, but I told myself, if I ever decide to go to grad school and do physical therapy, which was a fear of mine going to grad school, then I need to combine yoga with physical therapy. So I worked for a few years as a massage therapist, and finally I decided, okay, I grabbed the courage, decided, okay, I'm going to go into debt, and made the decision to apply to PT schools thinking I'd be rejected, and I actually was accepted. So then I went to school, graduated, practiced yoga that whole time, but when I graduated, I was going through one of my rotations here in San Diego, and I stumbled across, she was in Bird Rock at the time, a center called Embody Physical Therapy and Yoga. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, someone's doing like what I thought, the whole reason why I went to PT school. So I was so excited. I was like, when I graduate, I need to like meet her and start learning what she's doing. And essentially that's what I did. I worked in the traditional setting for some time, but I started taking trainings with my mentor at that time, and learned a lot from her. And that's how I was introduced into the yoga world, which opened a whole new world. And from there, I just kept evolving and growing. So.
What a great story.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thanks.
Yeah. Do you have arthritis?
No, I don't. And I do handstands now. And I have a career with my hands.
Right.
So like, you know, I don't really fault the surgeon. I think it was just like he was just trying to be realistic with me, with, you know, what he saw when he was in there.
Right.
You know?
I think they know what they know, and there's so much more that they don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's up to the person to seek
Yes.
other
Yes.
other
Exactly.
modalities and see what's out there.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Where if you could give people 3 tips, like everybody seems to be so busy.
Yeah.
3 tips on how that they can incorporate into their daily lives. Like they can do every day that maybe you do, maybe daily rituals or whatever that can really help them get to the next level of wellness, physically, emotionally. What would those be?
So for me, journaling is huge, and it doesn't have to be a formal. I actually have a journal online, but it doesn't have to be formal. You can just use pen and paper. But I like to I'm not super structured, so I like to give myself flexibility, where either I'm writing out kind of a loose plan for health, for wellness, for my business, for my family, for the week. And then sometimes I do it day to day. Sometimes just doing it on a Monday and planning the week is enough, where I feel like I have a plan and a map to follow. And I kind of add in, you know, when am I going to practice yoga? When am I going to meditate? When am I, you know, going to make sure I have good quality time with my daughter and my husband? All that is in the plan for the week. So I have a loose guideline. Of course, you know, life happens, sometimes things changes, but I have some kind of sense of, you know, an all-encompassing plan, ideally for the week. And then sometimes in the morning, if I feel like, we were just talking about the to-do list, if I look at my week and I'm like, oh, the things I need to do, there's just too many, I need to break it down day by day, then I might have some lists day by day. But I'm learning how to, when I wake up in the morning, kind of check in with myself and see, like, what's my baseline with my energy, with my health. Like, if I have this many patients scheduled today, when can I give myself some breaks so I can better care for myself to give back to others? Or, you know, what classes am I teaching? Or, so strategizing breaks, diet, like I plan my meals for the day, and then the decompression time. So also making sure that I'm not only scheduling meditation time and breath work, which is huge for me, and again, it doesn't have to be a long time, sometimes just 5 minutes, sometimes 20, but for me, sometimes I get into a pattern of reaction. So something happens, or maybe I just feel overwhelmed with all that I have to do, and I find myself immediately going into the stress response. So Tara Brach calls that sacred stillness, or the sacred pause. Instead of immediately going into reactive mode, one thing I'm trying to do is stop, check in, ground myself in some way, even if I'm in the car in traffic, being like, whoa, just breathe. And moving into breath work where I'm really focusing on the exhale and letting go. So that way, it's not that we can always get rid of all the stresses in our life. And sometimes stress is good, it helps us to grow, but we don't have to be in that heightened sympathetic response all the time. And I think for me personally, for my own health, that's like the biggest thing I can do is just try to come out of that state when I feel myself coming into reactive mode.
Right. Like living more consciously.
Yeah, exactly.
So that you can connect to your body and where you are, rather than just being out here constantly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think your space is very beautiful, so thank you for inviting me. I love it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. And this is Allison McLean. And I will leave all her information at the end of this video. Bye for now.